Y'all guys see what's happening with the data centers? If you got any being built in your area, do you see what's going on with the data centers? I didn't want to talk about it. They have police surrounding these buildings that are brand new, they're getting put up. They're protecting the data centers like there's something fucking good inside of them. I haven't seen anything or even driven down to Robstown to check that one out down there, but I do know that they're saying that they're security guards, actual police with freaking guns. They look like fucking militia, and they're protecting data centers now. Who's even trying to get into a data center? The one in Robstown is so big, you guys, your fucking eyeballs would pop out. Robstown isn't that big, anyways. Robstown's like a go-through town, if you didn't know that, in South Texas. And then, to be honest with you, if you didn't know, the only thing that comes through Robstown, let me turn my air off, my filter off. The only thing coming through Robstown, or the only things going through Robstown, is dope. Marijuana, any kind of pills now, mostly fentanyl, cocaine, and heroin. That's all coming through Robstown right there. So that giant data center that they're protecting now, the giant data center that they're freaking bloody protecting now, with men with fucking guns. They look like militia. They look like fucking militia. What the hell's in there that is so important? Good morning, Lone Wolf. Could it be that water they want? That's another thing too. Corpus Christi don't got no water, y'all. That water table is gone. The Nueces River, here soon, it's not going to be a freaking river. It's not even a river now, the Nueces River. The Nueces River was a river when I was a little girl. Here, fucking damn near 50 years later, they knew that water table they have been sucking it dry and been dipping into that water table since I was a little girl. Since I was a little girl. The cancer rate that nobody talks about in Corpus Christi, in Bronzeville, from Corpus all the way down back in there to the valley, damn near to, I'm just going to say it, to Port Isabel. The last fucking spot that you'd want to be in Texas. That you'd want to be in Texas. Because anything past Port Isabel is fucking shit. And I do mean Donna. I'm sorry if you're living in Donna, Texas, but that's a shithole. You damn know it. I'd make dead ass eye contact with you to know it. Yeah, Corpus Christi's, they're out of water. They're out of water. The little area where I grew up in when I was a little girl off of Howard Street, in that area by Ben Garza Park. Those houses right there. Little house that my grandmother raised me in. I'm not kidding you. It's on Zillow right now. It's going for not even 40 grand. Not even 40 grand. You can't even make that up. These are houses that are by the beach, you guys. They're just blocks away from the bloody beach. You know? $1 million houses going for $40,000, $50,000 just because there's no water to pull from the water table. And now to find out that the data centers are going to need the water, and you go to the data center in Robstown, you know why? You know why they're protecting the data centers in Robstown? These fuckers, I bet you they know now. I bet you they know now, and they looked around and they're like, oh shit, Robstown is an old folk town. Because anything young just runs drugs through that son of a bitch. Anything young in Robstown runs drugs through that son of a bitch. The population is small because it's all elderly folk. There's no children there. I know you've seen places like that here in the United States. They're fucking everywhere. You got them in Georgia. You got them in the Carolinas. We got them here in Texas too. Robstown is a little bitty shitty town, and I know people done woke up and they're like, damn. Everybody that it's going to work in that data center in Robstown, because it's going to bring jobs. That's going to pull jobs from everything huge around there, because Robstown's a little shithole. Like I said, there's not enough fucking people there to fucking even go apply for the jobs that are going to be that data center is going to need. So something tells me they're going to pull people from other states and get them to come down into our data centers here in Corpus and Robstown or wherever they're putting them here in Texas. And you know where they're putting them? They're not putting them in the middle of Texas. They're putting them on the coast, on the outskirts of Texas. They are. And that's for, of course, the purposes of water. Donna, Texas is on the border too. It is a shitty little town. That's another town too that is just for dope. There's elderly people living there. There's no children. There's none at all. If you do got children there, there's like one bloody ass school. One fucking I'm gonna bring a name up too. Just like Uvalde, Texas. It's a little shithole. It's got one bloody ass fucking little mini school, and it's got one big old high school. I don't even believe there's a middle school there that I can fucking remember. I'm from the valley, but there's old people. And you look around and you realize, why is there one fucking bloody school? Why? Because there's no fucking adult. There's nobody there spitting out kids to have fucking babies. And I'm going to tell you, most of the kids in Donna, Texas and in Uvalde, they got shitty fucking parents. Their parents were either fucking tecatos, which means they shoot up heroin, they shoot up dope, or they snort cocaine, or they're fucking they got that fent lean. They're fucking bent over. So they abandon their children with the grandparents in these areas of Texas. It's like it's a thing. It's disgusting, but it's fucking happening. So those people coming, those data centers, they're there. It's there in Robstown. That bitch is up. It goes for goddamn miles, y'all. I've never seen buildings that goddamn big, that long. I'm in Houston. I know a fucking multi-millionaire who buys storage, who has rent storage facilities out. Okay? Their shit's not even as big as them fucking data centers, y'all. And this dude almost owns all of Spencer Highway that I know. Multi-millionaire. They ain't gonna have nobody for these data centers in Robstown. Anything in South Texas for a data center, they ain't gonna have nobody. You're gonna have to pull people out from around in other states and bring them on down here into Texas. This is how we're gonna get business here. That's the only way they're gonna get business in the data centers, because people in these areas, in these neighborhoods, like Robstown, where that data center is, there's nobody there. If you do get a handful of youngsters, guess what they are? They're all fucking tecatos. They're all shooting up fucking heroin or fucking addicted to fucking cocaine. Shooting up coke, smoking fucking coke. Um, mixing coke with fucking other dopes to shoot up. Heroin is the most prolific thing out there in Robstown. That's the most that I know. My father, and I'm only going to say this because my father died in the penitentiary. My daddy was a big time fucking heroin dealer in Corpus Christi, and he got busted. He did time in Texas and he did time in Louisiana for selling that shit. I'm not proud of it, but I can tell you what these little towns are. And nothing's coming out of these towns. The reason why, I swear to God, my mom said, let me get my girls out of here. Anything that stays in South Texas and Corpus Christi, I'm not kidding you. It's all piece of shit. They're all pieces of shit, motherfuckers. I got kinfolk there. They're all piece of shit. Aside from the ones that actually work, right? They're all addicted to drugs. They've all done time in the penitentiary. They all have drug addictions. They're all shitty fucking parents if they didn't lose their kids already. And that's what heroin does. That's what heroin does to these little towns. You know? Tecato, a fucking heroin junkie. Yeah, that's all that is in South Texas right there. That's all there is in Corpus Christi. I'll be the first one to sell it. I'm glad that my mama got us out of there when she did, because can you imagine? We would all fucking be tecatos. They're going to bring people, strangers, to work in those data centers, and you know what's going to happen? They're going to leave Robstown addicted to dope. They're going to go back home, and they're going to have tracks. On the inner arms, on their outer arms, on their necks, on their inner thighs, and their feet, and their legs. I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. Those data centers are going to come, and all the people that came to work in the data centers in Texas, in South Texas, you're going to go back home a dope addict. I swear to God, you fucking will. If you ain't got no fucking sense and you don't know nothing about there to keep your grown ass and your kids off of drugs, you're going to be hooked on dope. You're going to be hooked on dope coming to work for a data center. If you can get in the data center. Because they got police protecting the data centers now, y'all. Must be something in that data center that they wanted. Because, here they'll steal copper, aluminum, anything. Ain't tied down. These fucks around here will steal it. Yeah, it better not be made with copper or aluminum. They'll steal your ass too. They'll steal it too. And they'll steal everything, anything around here. You leave drawers outside. They steal them. If they didn't try to sell them back to you, them fuckers be wearing them. That's going to turn up, you guys. Them data centers in South Texas are going to turn up. I'm waiting to see it happen. I haven't seen any push outs or good morning, Alice. I haven't seen anybody pushing out any kind of future jobs. So like you can go down there and work or fill out an application to work, but I know that shit's coming. Huh? I like inner jobs, where I just have to be sitting on my ass and on a computer. I'm fucking good at that, I wonder what one of them data center jobs will pull you, huh? What it'd get you. Good morning, y'all. That data center in Robstown is going to have to go deep, deep, deep into the ground to get water if it needs water. Unless, and I've been thinking about this too, unless somebody makes a desalination plant. We got all kinds of shit here in the United States. We don't got no desalination plants where we could take seawater and filter it out and make it useful. Nobody's thought to do that. And I think it costs too much money. Whoever buy the desalination plant would want us to pay for that water. They'd be cleaning for us. They'd say it for us. And we'd have to pay for them for that clean water when we all know damn fucking well water's fucking free. And food should be free. Yeah. They done taken everything from us. And we had in that Garden of Eden. And they're charging us for it now. In the Garden of Eden, everything was free. The food was free. The water was free. Only you had to stay away from that one fucking tree in the middle of the garden. You couldn't go and eat from it, right? Stay the fuck away from it. Nope. Couldn't do that. Every time I go pay for something ignorant or I see stupid shit going on in my world, and I'm just reminded. Good. All goes back to the Bible. All of it. Yeah, there's armed guards. Hey, good morning, Big D. Yeah, they're guards arming the data centers, which makes you think what's in there. Other than maybe the building being made of copper or not the building made of copper, but the piping and things for the water, the aluminum piping. I'm thinking aluminum, copper piping, aluminum anything, copper anything. They'll steal. A crackhead will steal that. That's all there is down there is dope heads. But I heard that there are guards guarding all the data centers. All the data centers. And why would they do that? I'm doing good this morning, big dog. I was just keeping up with some news in South Texas, and I heard that brand new data center that's still in construction. Has bloody armed guards. They look like the fucking militia. They look like the militia, and they're guarding the data center. And it can't just be one. It can't just be one. Heck yeah. On the fact that it could be Tweaker's Lone Wolf, that tickles me to the core because we don't need those data centers. Nobody wants that shit. Those data centers are being imposed on us. We don't got no choice. These fuckers tell us what we're going to fucking go through. They tell us. The news comes on. They tell us what they want to hear. The television. The same thing with your telephone. Fuck. The same thing. They couldn't get you for your TV because we got wised up and we fucking stepped away from them. That 1984 shit got too real for us. Most of us got TVs now. We don't use them. If you've ever read fucking book 1984, George Orwell kind of gave you a fucking little lesson right there, right? I got that lesson. I couldn't tell you how many times I've read 1984 or had it be read to me back, or fucking Animal House, or just any kind of book that probably shouldn't have been put out there for Sabrina to read. Bastards taught me how to read. You taught me how to read, but hell yeah, for the tweakers stealing copper and aluminum from these data centers. If that's what they're doing, which that's what I feel like they're doing to buy dope, keep stealing that copper and everything out of them data centers. Keep doing it. Yeah, buying whole neighbor. Hey, check it out, Lone Wolf. Like I was saying, Corpus Christi, from Corpus Christi all the way down. Donna, Texas, Robstown, they're all little. Everything's like 30 minutes away. Dun, dun, dun. The little roads are fucking small. They all shoot like little veins heading in one damn direction. The houses there are shit anyways. Like the house I grew up in probably could have been a, I don't know, $90,000, $100,000 house. But because there's no water, they let that go. It's on Zillow, the house I grew up in, for less than 40 grand. That's what they'll take for it. That house is not far from the fucking beach. At all. Nobody in their right mind would want to sell a house that fucking cheap. That close to the beach. Even in Galveston, and after Hurricane Ike, after all the hurricanes that have come, these fuckers in Galveston here in South Texas right here and all along the coast right here where I'm at, they're all fucking bloody rebuilt. Why wouldn't they rebuild there? I think they're forcing people in to sell their properties there in Corpus Christi and Robstown and Donna and all these little shithole towns. They're buying them out. And they're giving them, and these people know that there's no water there. So they got nothing. They got nothing to, they ain't even got a leg to stand on. That's sad. It's sad knowing you got $1 million house or $250,000 house and you can't get no water running through that bitch. And then you got somebody coming in there saying, oh, your house is pretty. You know there's no water though. What are y'all going to drink? You're going to trek it back and forth? Huh? How are you going to flush the toilet? The water drips in some areas in Corpus Christi. The news don't even talk about it. Kids can't even go to fountains and push to get fucking little gulps of water from the little push fountains we used to get. I went to school at George Evans Elementary. You know that push fountain don't work? But the news don't talk about that. Huh? The little church down the street where everybody go pray? You know, they got like little bird fountains and shit. You know them bird fountains been dry as fuck since ain't been no water there? You can't even have a garden outside in Corpus Christi, but nobody wants to talk about that? No, we want to talk about Robstown, where the most largest data center in the world's been fucking built. But we're not going to talk about the kids can't even fucking get fucking drinking water in that motherfucker. You know what it is? I don't want to say it. I'm going to sound like a fucking loony. But this too is some fog of war shit. Well, that fucking war is going on over there. We got shit going on here in the United States. And they want us Americans to bloody look away. They want you to look away. They want you to look at something fucking else. Don't worry about data centers not having fucking no water. Don't worry about your kids in school down there in South Texas When you don't got to worry about fucking kids running up there with armed guns shooting the fuck out of your kids in school, and you got to worry about them cooling down and how they can't drink fucking water because there's not no water for them. Really soon, when them data centers are open and live and fucking kicking, you're going to see these little towns. They're going to die. They're going to die. You, they're going to die. These little towns are dying. You're going to take your people and you're going to fucking move around. You're going to move around. Like my mom's people were in Port Isabel, Texas. They're not all in Port Isabel now. Now everybody's in Los Fresnos. They're all moving up. They're moving up, and I have an inkling that the lack of water table has reached another water table that's for even south of fucking Texas, and that's Port Isabel. I'm just gonna say that now. They're gonna drain that motherfucker too. I think that they're building something underground so they can siphon fucking water from other areas all around them because the main data center don't got no water. So what are you going to do? You got to stretch out your fucking tentacles, and you got a lot of them, to figure it out. That's another thing too. There's going to be a lot of wastewater. They're going to pull from it. They're going to pull up a lot of shit that probably shouldn't be pulled up. You're going to have more fucking cancer down there. Everybody in Corpus got breast cancer, lung cancer, stomach cancer, throat cancer, thyroid cancer, right? Check the statistics out for cancer rates in Corpus Christi. Your fucking mind will be blown. Every one of my family members got some form of fucking cancer. Every one of us got some form of cancer. Just letting you know there. Throwing that out there. If your fucking tits ain't bad, it's in your fucking blood, it's in your stomach, it's in your fucking intestines. There was something already there in Corpus in that water. There was something there. Because entire families don't get fucking cancer like that. You know? We don't. But the facts are there. You can Google the cancer rate. Call me fucking crazy and then Google the cancer rate. And then Google the types of cancer. And then Google the places that Corpus Christi has for people to go to when they get cancer. There's fucking none. You gotta come to the big city. None. They're giving you fucking cancer, and then you gotta come to the big city to fucking heal it. Because there's no oncology doctors there. The doctors that they do have there are fucking shit fucking all old too. Mostly heart doctors. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's some serious stuff going on there. Some serious shit going on there. It's going to get worse. But I think that people are too disillusioned or blind not to see what's in front of them. You should already know. I think most of the people, it's because you don't have children yet. Like you're a kid still. You don't have enough age underneath you to realize what's going on around you. There's too much propaganda and you're blindsided by every fucking thing. Most people that got that fucking cell phone or a TV that stays running on all fucking day and you don't got a job to go to, you done been got. They got your ass a long time ago. Mister, come straight fucking home and turn the fucking TV on. Miss, I need to have my goddamn phone by my neck when I go to goddamn sleep. Yep. Yep. It's gonna be a thing, y'all. And then did you see how YouTube's changing its every fucking thing? How you have to have X amount of viewers and they're stealing the money too. They're stealing money from monetization and ripping people off. Fucking YouTube. Ain't nobody, no way in hell nobody's gonna get no fucking 8 million fucking views on fucking shorts. 80 million? No fucking way. YouTube, you're full of shit. You commie fucking bastard. I do believe the dude who owns YouTube owns Google. He's a fucking raghead. Sorry for the people out there that are ragheads, But I said it. I don't give a shit. Yeah, they're going to screw you that way too. So if you thought you were going to be a YouTube influencer, That's gonna be really fucking hard now. Yeah. Uh, Now you know what they've offered now? They've been offering it to me. I can pay a little bit of extra month so I don't get commercials. Like I do for cable. Like for real, you fucking serious? You ain't gonna get me like that. Nope. 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 No way. Mm-mm. You can't get me like that. I added up all the money that I'd given out for memberships, for just donations and everything. You got it. I should screenshot it. Your fucking eyes would pop out. You'd say, Blake Sabrina, why would you give away your money like that? Let them motherfuckers get real jobs like you, right? Right? So that's what I've done. If I really like you, then I'm paying for the membership for you. But if I don't even say that because I like a lot of people, but I just can't give YouTube my money. But what you can do is you can post your PayPal or your Cash App that's not linked to fucking YouTube. So they won't get a cut. Because once you get monetized, you got to hit an X dollar amount. You don't ever hit that X dollar amount and people are sending you money, guess who keeps that money? YouTube gets that money until you make enough money that suffices YouTube for them to tell you, okay, you've made your mark. Now you can start getting your money. F you. F you, F you, F you. You remind me of my old job at the first fucking titty bar I ever fucking worked at. Try to tell me that, the $2.15 an hour is going to be okay to start at for waitressing. Huh? I ended up getting 275, y'all, because I was a little bitch back then, and everybody was getting 215. And you know what? Those little checks were so little, so fucking bloody little. I never got a check for a waiting table check for more than 26 fucking dollars. At 215 an hour till I got 275, I never cashed those fucking checks. That shit made me mad. My boss back then was so lucky that I didn't fucking beat him up because I felt like beating him up. And for all those chicks out there that bust tables in those titty bars with those scuzzy ass fucking men, shout out to you. You take that fucking money. Don't let them fucking touch you. If you do, make you friends with a good bouncer so you could take that whole motherfucker's wallet and call his old lady and let him know he just touched a waitress at the titty bar. That happened to me before. So did. At the Gold Cup, I had a fucking rich white man grab the back of my fucking knee and wouldn't let me go. He was digging his fucking thumb in the back of my fucking leg. I sure did. And my bouncer was so nice at the Gold Cup. I remember Big Mike. He came and punched that dude in the side of the head, took his beer, cleared the table, and picked him up. And we all, the three of us, went to the side. Yes, I had a good fucking protector up in there. You can't touch women in there. Not even the dancers, but you don't touch a waitress neither because all she does is bring you beer. So keep your hands to yourself. Yep, I sure did. I got all that man's money and somebody called his wife and let him know that he was beat up in the fucking parking lot. Come get your old man. I'm pretty sure that led to a fucking divorce. I'm pretty sure it did. Big Mike took care of me that night. And you know, I got all the money in that man's wallet. Every bit of it. We let him have his credit cards, but all the cash he had, he did not leave with it. That bastard woke up broke. Keep your hands to yourself if you're in them titty bars and let them girls make their fucking money. And I don't mean for the dancers because I never danced. I just waited. I'm just a table buster. My baby sisters danced. And I would go in there just so they could keep their money. Because even still now, I do believe working in titty bars, them bitches will still, it's still hardcore, you know? Yeah. I made killer money. I used to work 3 nights a week. Man, I'd take my TABC license and I was at the Gold Cup, at Splendor, at the Ritz. At the time, back in the Ritz, I didn't know that my sister's dude now and his family owned Ritz Cabaret. I didn't know that. I know that now. I worked for the Ritz and I never knew that 20 years later, Fast forward, my baby sister will be with him. I would have never fucking guessed that. She probably would have never neither. But Heartbreakers, let's see, I worked at Heartbreakers, The Ritz, Legs Cabaret, Moulin fucking Rouge, Dreamers before it was Ecstasies on Highway 3, Gigi's Cabaret, High 10 in Baytown. All the bars, all the nightclubs like that, the girly bars, I waitressed in. I waited in all of them. Everywhere my sisters would go dance, I would go. You know who too are made good money too? Rick's Fantasy South going down towards Galveston, still there. And what else too? Club Colorado right here off of 59. Right? I waited tables in all these places. Man, yeah, that rich dude, no, he never had his ass kicked before. He probably never put his hands on somebody he wasn't supposed to be touching. Fuckers with money like that think that they can have whatever they fucking want. He sure did. He grabbed the back of my leg that day, but that's the only thing he grabbed. I bet you he never went into no fucking Gold Cup again. I never seen him at the Gold Cup again after that. Never did. That was the Gold Cup off of I-10 going towards Katy, or right off the Katy Freeway. I know it's there, but I don't think it's the Gold Cup anymore. I do believe it's named something else. But Club Colorado and the Gold Cup, Club Colorado, and Solid Platinum. That's another one I didn't say. Solid Platinum. Those three clubs were the most money I have ever fucking pulled. I knew if my sisters were going to be working any of these three clubs, I only had to work 3 nights a week. And I'm not working no weekends. I'd work hump days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday I'd take that shit and go to the south side over there to my regular customers at the Moulin Rouge or at Legs Cabaret, because man, I wouldn't even have to go in there. I would just see dudes and they would just give me the money. They just wait for me to fucking show up. And then they leave. And then they leave. That was a damn, and I could make a lot of money back in the day. Lots of fucking money back in the day. I could still do it now, wait tables. They say, I don't know if it's true or not, but you could keep all your tips. You don't have to tip out no more. I never tipped out when I didn't want to neither. Yep. There's nobody in here doing drugs. Rogue. Moderator. What are you talking about? Druggy trash? In them clubs, maybe. A lot of those bitches do cocaine. I think it's mostly to keep them up all night, though. And just the thought to have someone touch you don't even know. Trying to. Or getting naked for them. Yeah, that'd make you want to do some fucking drugs, too. I don't know about bad drugs, because you need to keep your fucking eyes open, though. You don't want to fucking fall asleep and do the bad drugs around the fuckers. Sleaze balls in there, right? I wouldn't anyways. I didn't do drugs when I was in there. I didn't do drugs. Me and my sisters didn't do drugs. We watched a lot of people be losers. We were just doing it to pay the rent. We just need our rent paid. I only waitress because one time my sister almost fucking got jumped by a couple of bitches that wanted to take her money. And I said, no, that's not going to happen again. Let me get my license. And I'll go in there and I'll wait tables wherever the fuck y'all dance. And when you have too much money on you, and I will hold your money for you. And you can go fucking work. And when you make more money, come back and I'll hold your money. That's what I would do. I would hold money for my sisters. Because wasn't nobody going to fucking hit me and take my money. Shit. Not even now do I let somebody punk me. Shit. These hands right here, they didn't get tattooed in prison. I didn't get dolled up in prison just because I can fucking high five people. These fucking hands move right here too. So do my knees and my elbows, y'all. No way. After I started waiting tables with my sisters and following them everywhere they went, never did my sisters ever be fucked with again. I'll beat your ass and rob your fucking little ass butt naked as you are. I'll beat your ass butt naked and steal your fucking money from you. I did it a couple of times before. Sure the fuck did. And then because I could walk with my TABC license, it didn't matter if you told me I couldn't come back. How many clubs do you think is open in Texas? And if you have a TABC license, you can wait tables in anywhere you want. Anywhere you want that needs a waitress. Yeah, I did. I did 10 years. Yep. You can put your hand on your head if you want. I did it. I sure did. I got in trouble. I did my time. They're all aggravated. All of them. All of them. I got a problem with knocking fuckers' teeth in. For a long time, I thought that when you were going to beat someone up or when I was going to beat your ass, that your teeth would fucking part like Moses parted the Red Sea, right? So I can get at the back of your throat where that shit's coming out of. But that's not what happens. And here in Texas, if you beat someone's ass three times, we have that 3-strike law, right? You fuck up 3 times and you're out. That's what I did. It's okay, I've been chill for a long time. I have not fucked up again. I haven't fucked up again in a long time. Seeing that when I do fuck up, I didn't get like a little slap on the wrist neither, you know? I probably wouldn't have got a lot more time if I would have kept my mouth shut because I just kept it running. Even to the judge it ran because I didn't give a fuck. And even then, what they were trying to give me, I still didn't sign it. I took for the least of what they were trying to give me. They were trying to give me 28 years. 20 fucking 8 years. I ain't signing for no 28 years. Fuck you. Find me fucking guilty. Find proof that I fucking committed whatever crime you think I did. Shit, and even then I wouldn't sign it. Well, shit, no. I babied that shit and I fought my fucking case for 18 months in Harris County. Probably the longest anybody's ever fucking sat fighting on something without fucking being charged. And then I fucking signed for that. I'm not ashamed that I went to prison. You know what I am ashamed of? That I got caught, motherfucker. Like everybody else did too. Because the doctor that I had the scripts from, he didn't go to prison. Huh? How come the doctor that was writing the scripts didn't go to prison? Huh? How come the person that he fucking handed over the pad to went? Huh? The autographed pad, mind you. So, yeah. I might have been guilty on my fucking part too, but the doctor who gave me the prescription pads that were already filled out because he knew I was writing my own scripts, that fucker should have fucking been in prison too with me. But did they throw him in jail? No, because money talks and bullshit walks, right? And I was just that little bitch working in that office. That's all I was. I was working for a doctor who was who owned and had a pill mill running here in Houston. Put your hand on your head again. Did none of us know that? Did none of us know he was doing that? Not one of us knew. Till one person goes to jail. That's when the fuck we find out. Dr. Bree's been dead now for a long time, Dr. Bransford, but you can look that shit up. And you can still find that fucker somewhere out there in Pasadena. That story didn't go nowhere. Sure did. Going to prison doesn't make you a bad person. It just means you fucked up. And now you're going to pay. A lot of you motherfuckers walk around, commit crimes all goddamn day, your whole fucking life, never fucking get a slap on the wrist. There'll be no judgment. No judgment on that shit against me. Every day I woke up in that bitch alive still. Alive and kicking. When I made it out that bitch alive and kicking still, shit. I'm unfuckwithable now. Nothing nobody can throw at me can fuck with me. I've been like that for a minute now. I don't feel bad at all. I did my time. I'm free. Ain't fucked up since. I thought about it though. I thought about fucking up. There was a bitch out here. I almost could have put her fucking neck in the ground, but I didn't though. I keep my hands to myself now. I don't hit nobody. Unless they hit me, I ain't gonna hit nobody. The fucking data center is blowing my mind still. I'm mind blown that we have security guards in our data center protecting Robstown data center. I can see all the crackheads fucking going in there lining up. Hey, could you give me a ride to the new data center? There's copper in there I need to get. There's aluminum in there too. Did you know that, Bobby? They're all going in there. No, you can't go around hitting people. Don't do that. Don't do that, rogue moderator. I fucked up. I shouldn't have. I already had 2 aggravated assaults on me, you know? And Texas was harsh on me. They were like, fuck this bitch. And they were, oh, now I'm going to say something too. The judge that decided on putting me away was my husband's kinfolk. He was Judge Ted Poe. I'm a Poe. So my little ass thought that because we had money and I'd married into the family, that I wouldn't be touched, right? Well, that didn't happen. I still fucking did time. I talked shit to him too. And I still talk shit to him. And then after Judge Ted Poe wasn't a judge no more, you know that fucker was our congressman? I had no, I should have never married Christopher fucking Poe. He was my fucking downfall, motherfucker. Shit. Yeah, I'm kinfolk. I'm a Poe. I don't put. That's what that P on that on my last name right there means. I never tell nobody, but I'm really married into that rich ass fucking hoe ass fucking family. Asshole. They're all asshole now. I mean, not now because I'm older now, but don't. They fold you, huh? I'm a widow, man. I've been a widow since 2005. My old man died when I was just getting out. Yeah, I married a rich white man. I sure fucking did. Rich, not a rich. They're fucking multi-millionaire. I didn't know. I didn't know Chris had money when I married him. I did not know that. I didn't know. I was. I do believe I met him when I was 16, but I was still in school. In my family, you can't talk to nothing until you finish school. And I remember he lived down the street. I walked down for years to go to school. For years. And I remember one rainy day, it was raining and I was soaking wet. And he walked to the end of to his yard, to the fence, and said, "Would you like to wait under the carport until the rain passes and you can just make your way on to school?" And I didn't think anything of it. I thought, yeah, let me do that, right? I was worried about my fucking bloody pager getting wet. And it did. He got wet that day, and I was looking down at it. He's like, "Do you need a phone? Do you need to use the phone?" But there was no way in hell he was going to convince me I could go in his house and use the phone. I wasn't that dumb back then. And I was like, no, that's how I met my husband in the rain. And then years later, yeah, his friend lived in the same apartment complex where my best friend lived at. And she started smoking pot. And I was like, I didn't know what it was about. I was like, no, but I wanted to go and hang out with my friend to see what the fuck life was so cool about now because she was all giddy and everything, you know? And that shit. And she was hanging out at a guy named Mike Justice's house, and he was an older man too. And she was not supposed to be hanging out with him, but that Mike would smoke weed with her, and she's like, "Come on, just go, you know. Well, you'll just take a couple puffs off a joint. You'll meet this guy, you know. They're cool, but they're not cool. But I don't know, you know." And I'm like, "You're going in there, sitting in this dude's house with the door shut?" So I was like already scared. The bitch had me fucking my heart palpitations and shit. Bitch give me heart palpitations. And now this stupid little white girl, she's my best friend. I absolutely loved her to death. And I wanted to do everything she fucking did too. I was 17. I was dumb as fuck. But I went to Mike's Justice's apartment with her, and my heart fucking sank damn near shit while the door closed behind. But he didn't assault us and he didn't kill us, and just smoked weed. And I smoked pot right there with my friend. And And I didn't like it that first day. I thought it was stupid and I wanted to get out of that apartment, you know. But being high and being in the apartment felt way better, different than being stoned and being outside of the apartment, you know. Oh, nice. You're cooking. I made tortillas yesterday. I make them and then I put them in the little thing so they can stay soft. I got chorizo too. The pork or beef chorizo? Shit. I'm coming over, vato. Rogue's making breakfast? Shit, here I come. I'm having coffee. But that's how I met my husband, through Mike Justice. Because another one, Kara kept going back to Mike's to get stoned in the evening. Um, Mind you, he worked for Pizza Hut too. Mike Justice worked for Pizza Hut. He didn't just work for him. Motherfucking family owned the franchise right there on Fairmont, and he was working for his sister who bought that fucking Pizza Hut franchise. She bought her own Pizza Hut. Mike Justice and them had money too. Only I didn't know neither. You know, Mike had some money too. Um, yeah. I went out, me and Kara went to Mike's one day, and my husband was in Mike's, and they were drinking beer and smoking weed. And he seen me, and he's like, "Hey, I've seen you before." And I'm like, "Yeah, I think I've seen you before, but I couldn't, I couldn't put where I had seen him before, because I think I'd seen him at Jack's, at like this little local store that everybody goes to. It was like on Preston, you know." And then he said, "I think I let you wait under my carport before when it was raining, the pouring down rain." And it must have been like about a fucking whole year before, you know. And I'm like, "Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you live on Primrose." And then I don't know how it happened, but we ended up going to his house because he said Mike's a pig. Why do y'all girls want to sit in here in Mike's house? It's absolutely filthy. And they were right. Mike had a pyramid of goddamn pizza cans and fucking rats in the corner. Fucking every time we went to the apartment, the toilet seat was always bloody up. You know, had fucking little ping, 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 little crotch hairs everywhere on the back of the toilet seat, everything, you know. Little pee pee sprinkles everywhere on the floor. It smelled really bad, you know. Chris was just like, "Y'all girls can come hang out at my place. It's way cleaner and you won't catch anything." And Mike was like, "Fuck you, Chris. That's fucked up, you know." Anyways, we ended up going to Chris's. Chris was like, "You know where I live. Just meet me over there." Didn't give us a ride or nothing because he didn't think we were going to go. And we didn't show up until hours fucking later. And that's how I met my husband. Yeah, he was fucking foul. Mike Justice was disgusting. He had a pyramid. And when I say a pyramid of pizza boxes, that pizza box hit the floor all the way to the ceiling, y'all. The the back of his window was always cracked open, and he lived. It was like a big field area all around us. When I don't say rats, I didn't. Did I say really had rats? He had field mice coming in his apartment through his window. Couldn't do shit about it. If he would have closed the window, he could have did shit about it, you know. But the field mice were going to come anyways. If you've been in Texas and you know you're in a big area, wooded area, field mice will come in there. They're not like rats; they're just field mice. But he had a pack of them in there. You'd like they jump through the boxes and stuff. Mike Justice was not a handsome guy. Not to me. My husband was handsome, blue eyed, blonde hair. Mike was just average. Mike didn't have the handsomeness going for him. Mike had a job and he was respectful. You know, he wasn't disgusting. He didn't try to pull moves on you. Nothing like that. Mike was kick ass. I do believe Mike was the only son out of 5 or 6 girls that I remember. I became really good friends with his sister Shauna. Um, After I'd married Chris, my husband. Um, Hell, Mike had when we met Mike, his wife had just left him. She had taken his son Charlie, and I do believe my friend Kara only knew Mike because she would watch Charlie, you know. And then when his old lady looked in there, she was like, "No, no, Mike, my son Charlie ain't going there with you." So she found Kara, and so Kara would watch Charlie in her apartment. She was like babysitter, you know. My little friend had a cool little babysitting job. And Kara's place was totally clean and nice. Aside from the fact that she was smoking pot, you know. No, he didn't try to stop the mice. He didn't. He didn't. He didn't. He worked too much. He was a stoner. He didn't give a shit. He was really cool though, man. He'd give you the last of everything he had, man, just so you could be his fucking friend. Mike Justice was cool. He ended up getting shot in the face by a crazy ass Chinese girl. She went to his door and knocked on his door. She was dating a police officer, a Pasadena police officer, and she was dating Mike Justice. She wanted Mike's money, because the police officer that she was dating was just a police officer. The fucker didn't have no money. Remember I told you Mike and Chris the families were fucking millionaires? Yeah. I do believe that Chinese lady went and shot Mike in the fucking face once she realized Mike wasn't giving that bitch no more money. She used that police officer's gun to blow Mike's fucking head off. Left Charlie daddyless. It's fucking sad. I never got the chance to see that bitch in prison, but if I would have killed her for that. I really would have. Mike was really cool and he did not deserve that. Mike was dumb. He fell in love with that bitch who had somebody already. And he never knew that bitch was going to take that fucking police officer's guns and come to his house and shoot him. The day she shot Mike, Charlie was there. She's sorry for that. Charlie saw his daddy die. Charlie's never been the same. Bless his heart, Charlie don't do drugs or nothing. Charlie don't even have a fucking girlfriend now. Charlie's a police officer. He had a good daddy. Yeah, Charlie had a good daddy. Rest in peace, Mike Justice. Had it not been for Mike, I would have never got to experience my husband or his children. Chris had 3 daughters already when I got with him. I was a baby too. I didn't have no business getting with him. Ooh, that was a long time ago. Shit. I've been widowed since 2005. Should be like that sometimes. Not everybody lives forever. My husband died of lung cancer. He had cancer. Smoked up until he died. He didn't give a shit. He loved chocolate covered walnuts. He used to kick my ass really bad too, you guys. That's one of the reasons why I'm a bad fucking ass bitch still, and I can throw down. When somebody's beat your ass that many times, you ain't gonna let nobody hit you no more, you know? I don't miss I don't miss the abusiveness that I got from him, that I learned from him, right? But I learned from it, right? Can nobody hit me no more. No longer will I flinch when a man moves his fucking hand close to me. You know, I had a bad habit of doing that for a long, long time. You know, I would flinch when someone would throw their hands up because I thought I was going to get the shit knocked out of me. You know? But I always had to remember, you didn't fuck up today. You didn't do nothing wrong today. You know? Chris was mean. Chris was mean. I think Chris was mean because he was 30-something when I married him and I was 18. And he knew that at some point you weren't going to hold on to me. I don't believe I should have married Chris because I wasn't going to be his forever. And then you know what? He died and I'm still single. My God, y'all. What the fuck? I miss him anyways. I miss that crazy bastard. He'd be living it up right now. That's for fucking sure. I remember he'd go to his mama's house and borrow money from her. Like $30,000 at a time, fucking borrowing money. His brother Dennis Darren was cool. Daddy's name was Dennis, and his brother Darren was fucking cool. Cooler than Chris. My husband's brother Darren was cooler than Chris. He was never married. He too went to prison too. They couldn't keep him from going to prison either. He did time in prison, and then they broke his back, and then Texas released him, and he died. Dennis Darren lived longer than Christopher. Dennis, the dad, outlived both of his sons. My husband's wife, Dee Dee, is the only one alive. The mom, Norma, she's the only one alive. Her and Dee Dee. Everybody else is dead. And every time someone dies in that family, these fuckers get richer. You know? Anytime someone dies in the Poe family, somebody else gets richer. That money never leaves. They make it to where anybody that's married into the family will not get nothing. They make it. They make it. They make it like a thing. I'm not lying. I remember my husband said that to me too. He says, I'm sorry you won't get nothing when you divorce me. I'm sorry, but you won't get nothing when you divorce me. The money doesn't leave our family. Do you think we're that stupid? And it doesn't matter how many kids you got. I already had 2 sons with him and a daughter. That's what he told me. The money never leaves the family. We see it that way. Shit, y'all. He was right. He was 100 fucking thousand fucking percent right. That money never left that fucker. When I got in trouble, nah, the time before I fucking got in trouble, he kicked my ass really bad in Pasadena, and I called the police. The only time I ever called the bloody fucking police to fucking help me, because that motherfucker was gonna kill me. Okay? They come, they take me away. He beat the shit out of me, and guess who got arrested for calling the cops? Yep, I did. He beat me up really bad for nothing. And I went to jail for that. And I knew when I got out, he told me, it doesn't matter what I do to you, I could kill you. And nobody'd ever throw me in jail for it. He said, I'm a Poe, didn't you know who you married? I'm a fucking Poe. Those words never left me. And I knew that day that motherfucker never loved me. I knew he never fucking loved me. I knew the only reason why he got with me was because on that off chance that he could fucking have some bitch birth him fucking sons. Because Donna didn't birth him none. Donna had a bunch of girls. Donna didn't birth him with sons. Now, nothing to pass his name on. He absolutely hated that Nicole and Christina were girls. He hated it. Yeah, you know what? And he treated my daughter Tabitha different than he treated Nicole and Christina, because I told him, I remember you said that, you know? He would tell Donna, well, I know now, he was married to me, I was 18, and he had divorced Donna, his first wife, but he was still stalking Donna while he was married to me, y'all. He was still stalking Donna. The whole time, the dude was stalking Donna. The whole time he was married to me, he was still stalking his fucking first wife. His ex-wife. And every time she tried to say something about it, I would be like, no, you're fucking stupid, you know? Well, it turns out that she wasn't so stupid, and he really was stalking her. And she should have been fucking bloody scared. But she wasn't. She should have been scared, but she wasn't. I remember one time Chris came with them. He's like, they're going to stay. And I said, no, I can't take care of those kids. They're like grown already. And when my Joshua was like 18 months old, well, these are grown kids. What do we do with an 11 or a 12-year-old? What the fuck? No, you take these kids back to their mom, because I'm not taking care of these kids. Then he was like, what? These are my children. I said, no, those are Donna's kids. And I'm not taking care of some other bitch's fucking kids. You take Donna's kids back. I don't give a fuck if their mama's drunk with a new man there. You got a whole wife here with the brand new baby. Take Donna her fucking kids back. Let that bitch be drunk with those fucking teenage fucking girls. I don't give a fuck. That fucker was trying to convince me that he was going to take Donna. He was a baby stealer. A grown ass baby stealer. You take her fucking teenage kids back to that fucking drunk bitch. I don't give a fuck who she's riding now, because it ain't you. Take those kids back. She took those kids back. He took those kids back to her. Boom. And I remember her mom was like, oh, thank you so much. No, thank you. Tell your daughter to keep your children. Try not to drink so much. Because I am not going to take care of no fucking 11, 12-year-old kids. I was 19 years old. The fuck? Get them the fuck over there. Yeah, that was some fucking shit, y'all. I put up with stuff that you couldn't pay me to put up with now. And now I see that, anything like that, and I see my children going through that, and I'm like, nope, don't put. That's why I didn't like David with my daughter Tabitha. Piece of shit, motherfucker, nope. And I don't care if anybody says you ruin relationships for your children. If it means that I'm saving my children from having to go through what I fucking did, then I'm gonna ruin every fucking thing. Everything. Just if it means my children are gonna be safe. It means they're going to pick somebody that's going to be respectful, not going to be abusive. They're not going to want you to change for nothing, because someone's going to love you. They're going to want you for everything you are. Not require that you change for them. You know? David was not for Tabitha. She ended up having babies with this piece of shit motherfucker. But where is he now? He's gone. Fucking deported. I wish I would have saved her faster from that motherfucker, but I didn't. No, there ain't nothing wrong with weed. Weed, they used to say marijuana is the gateway drug. The gateway drug to what? Weed never made me want to do anything else. But maybe get out of Mike Justice's apartment, because it was fucking dirty. Oh, shit. Mike Justice had the cat litter box by the TV. It was underneath the TV. He had like a table and a little box TV on top of it, and the litter box was underneath it. And his cat had to do like this little duck to get in the box to shit. And when the cat was taking a dump, you could be watching Seinfeld and watch the cat take a dump at the same time too. I'm not kidding you. Just whacked, just messed up. You know, what else did Mike do? Oh yeah, one time, Kara, my friend, had a bad, she smoked cigarettes really, really bad. And she had a hat. She'd always, and she'd be hawking up fucking loogies and shit and spitting them inside these soda pop cans. It was absolutely disgusting. And she spit in this can like it was Skull or something, and she put her cup down. I remember it was Pepsi soda pop, and I remember Mike picks up the soda and takes a drink out of it and just fucking hurls like right there. What the fuck is that? That's gross. We were laughing. He swallowed her fucking spit and vomited most of it out though, but that was funny. And I'll never forget that. He was mad at her for a while and didn't let her come back in his apartment. He thought she did that shit on purpose. But she'd been spitting in that can since we got there. No, she didn't do it on purpose, my friend Kira. Mike drank all her loogies that she had been spitting inside of a Pepsi can. And it must have felt like it had to have been heavy, because he continued to swig it, you know. He couldn't tell the weight was loogies and not Pepsi Cola. Freaking disgusting, but very funny. Oh my God. I do believe my sister Samantha is making barbacoa today. That's what she's